Well, greetings one and all, and welcome back to another video here with your host Andrew. Today, you join me for an ink exploration. And what we're going to be doing today is having a look at these inks here. So we've got some Yoseka stationery, which is their origin ink in green, which will be very nice. We've got some Sailor Ink Studio 343, and we've also got 280, which will also be having another ink exploration, hopefully in the future. So really like this ink. So what I want to do now is, before we go over to this video, I just want to wish you all a happy new year. This is my first video of 2022, and I just want to apologise for the lack of content for the last 2 weeks. We had Christmas, we had New Year's, and I was involved with filming and cooking, and I was just busy. So please do forgive me for the lack of content. I hope to be doing more regular content, and I'm also going to try and concentrate on some YouTube shorts this year. Just like little overviews of pens, no words, just some close-up shots of pens, just some pen porn, essentially. Forgive the cross language, but they are beautiful pens, aren't they? Anyway, without yabbering on too much, please do join me over at the table and we'll have a closer look at these inks. So, I shall see you in a bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully the sound of the rain won't become too problematic. It's again a very wet day here in the United Kingdom, and it's just not pleasant at all. But we do have some nice flowers to shade in. So we're doing a peony today, and I thought what we would do is the background in 343. We'd do the peony itself in 280. Now I know it's not necessarily typically the actual colour which you would paint in for a peony, but you know what, I really want to try and explore more of these Sailor Ink Studio ranges, so hence me doing that. For the leaves, we're going to be using the Yoseka green, and then for the centre, we're going to be using our calligraphy gold, and then I'll re-outline it with some Sakura fine liners. So, without further ado, please sit back, watch, and enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for bearing with me. I've really had a lot of fun today drawing and painting this one. It's not my best effort in the world, but I'm happy with it nonetheless. And what I'm particularly happy with is kind of the sky. Even though it does look blotchy, I think, when I'm doing an ink exploration, it's not really intended to be a finished piece of artwork. It's supposed to really be sort of highlighting the ranges of colours within the actual ink, and just to have something sort of nice to sort of represent it at the same time. I mean, the drawing didn't take me very long to do, about 10 minutes, if that. So, yeah, I mean, really, my sort of intensive purposes today, sorry, bad pun, it really was to just try and explore the actual inks and just have nice flat areas which would give us the ability to actually see the properties of the inks. And as you can see, that what was it, Sailor 343, it's beautiful. We've got really dark tones in there, light tones, and I would imagine, I tend to sort of err towards the finer nibs, but I would imagine if you've got a broad nib, you're going to get this sort of depth of the dark blues in here. And likewise with the Yoseka stationery ink, it's a very flat green. But what's quite interesting, last time I used this ink, it was on, what was it? Cosmo Air Light. And it was a very dark green on that paper. Whereas in comparison on this Midori MD, I'm getting hints of yellow in there as well. And I really love that. It's something which is, something about MD paper which is a little bit different to that of the competitors. Okay, it doesn't necessarily show always the full range of ink colours like Tomoe River does, or Graphilo, but it is a really wonderfully behaved paper. It's quite absorbent, so you do get quite fast drying times, and it still shows off a decent amount of the quality of ink at the same time. Now lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Sailor 280. Sailor 280 is fantastic because, again, we've got sort of yellows and pinks in there, we've got some browns and greens, and it's a really wonderful chromo shading ink. It's, I think, something which could be quite underrated, to be honest. Obviously, to get the most out of these inks, certainly those chromo shading inks, you do really need to have a broad nib or a stub nib, just so you can see like the variety of tones. But if that is your sort of thing, then you're going to really love those inks. Anyway, that really leaves it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Do let me know what you'd like to see drawn, if you're still listening at this point. So the only thing I've got left to say is, again, Happy New Year, and I shall see you next week for another video. Till then, stay safe and goodbye for now.